Tech for your home office that's useful and aesthetic. Plus my studio tour, finally. Good day, you beautiful people. Welcome to LAZADA's Tech, where we do tech in your life in style. It's finally happening. We're doing that studio tour. And in this video, I'm also going to be talking about tech perfect for your smart home or your smart office that are useful and good looking. So the first thing on my list, and actually the sponsor of this video, let's talk about the Marshall Stanmore 3. I've always been a fan of Marshall products, and actually I've been using the Marshall Uxbridge in our living room. And the Stanmore 3 is sort of the upgraded version of that tiny speaker for me. The Stanmore 3 has that really nice classic Marshall look that just fits any space. There's this leather texture all around and really nice gold details. Plus, this also comes in white. This looks good and sounds even better. If I choose to, I can party in the studio because it is more than enough loud for this whole space. Setup is easy. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth 5.2 or you can connect via aux or RCA. Up top, there are these tactile knobs. Honestly, this so satisfying. And another thing is this speaker connects to the Marshall Bluetooth app, which is pretty cool because here you can change out some of the settings. There's also placement compensation settings here to make sure that you have the optimum audio experience. I definitely just have this playing in the background whenever I'm working, chilling, or when I just need some sounds to pump me up. All details on the Marshall Stanmore 3 I'll be putting in the description box below. Check it out, you guys. It's an audio game changer. Now, let's get on to the studio tour. So this is what my studio looks like when you walk in. So I'd like to think of the studio as divided into 4 parts. We have the work area. Next thing on my list is actually this Nanoleaf panel, but we'll get back to that. Then we have this whole area, which is basically my shoot area, or you know, my garden. I'm usually here when I'm shooting and or chilling. As you notice, I'm on the floor because I am that person. I'm a floor person. I like being on the floor. I sit down on the floor. I work on the floor. This is where I shoot a lot of my unboxing. So I do have this Joby boom arm here. I attach my camera here. This is where I have the Marshall Stanmore 3 displayed because it just, like I said, it just looks so good. And this is where I do those camera tours. I love these mirrors. These are handmade from UP students. And parts of the proceeds for these beautiful things went to charity. And the third area for my studio would be this sofa bed, which is my lounging or resting area. I love this couch. You can work on here with that little side table thing. It also turns into a bed when you take out these cushions. I've stayed here for weeks. I've quarantined in this room. So my favorite thing in this area are these lights, which are from Nanoleaf, which also happens to be number 2 and 3 on my list of great looking tech that are pretty useful. These behind me are the Nanoleaf Lines. They're basically modular smart lights for your wall. And like I said, it's modular, so you can design it based on your space or however you'd want it to look. I personally wanted them to be like mountains in the background. They look so good as mood lighting, but it's also very functional in that it's a great light source. If I just want it to look like daylight or my reading light, it gets very bright and it takes up zero space on my floor. And like I said, it's smart, so it's Alexa or Google Home enabled, and it also connects to your phone. From the app, you can try out different light patterns, and you can even try out light patterns which respond to whatever music you're playing. I've legitimately partied in this room, in this studio with these lights on. Highly recommend. You can first of all create rooms. So specifically for the lines, you can change the brightness, and then there are preset programs for the lights. I especially love, where is it? This one, Sunlight Through Trees. It really reminds me. Yeah, that's emo. That's emo, you guys. He's part of... Yes, we're talking about you, Emo. He's part of the list. We'll talk about him later. Back to the video. I love this light setting because it reminds me of actually my windows with the trees and the sunlight going through it. And we're going back to my desk. These are the Nanoleaf Elements from the same company, so the concept is the same, but this time around these are hexagons and they are wood finish, and I love that because I wanted my studio to look a little bit more homey, a little bit more like a cafe versus like a hardcore tech creator studio. I feel like this does the job even when the lights are turned off. It looks a little more aesthetic and less boring than just the white panels. As you may have noticed from the stuff in this room, I like wood and white and plant themed things. Felt like this would be perfect in the studio. And yes, it's the same thing. It's smart. It connects to the app, though this time around there are no colored lights on the panels. The last and final area of the studio, and I'm gonna be quick about it because I'm not particularly proud of this part of the space, but I also know that all YouTubers have this area, is my storage, which I'm not even gonna focus on, but this is where I keep all the stuff I'm about to review. That's Emo again talking. But this is, again, we'll talk about Emo later, but this is the area where I have all the stuff that I should be testing out, I will be testing out, I have tested out. It is a lot of things I don't want to show you, but yeah, let's get back to, wait, no, don't look at it. Let's get back to my other favorite aesthetic things. Circling back to my shoot area. And the next aesthetic thing that I'd love to talk about is my Dyson fan. Meet the Dyson Pure Cool, which is combination fan and air filter. It looks sleeker than your average fan, and it's also a 2-in-1 smart home device. This thing also has sensors in the filter, so it detects the particles in this room, and you can also set it to auto detect and auto filter when it deems that the room needs it. Now I have a whole video on this fan. If you want all the details on it, I'll link it up here and down below. Are circling back to the shoot area now. And these are real plants, and this is a grow light, so is that light, but I didn't turn them on because it's gonna ruin how this video looks. Full propagations, Monstera, Homalomena. What can I tell you? I love plants. I also love how they make my videos look homey and more relaxed. But yeah, I am a crazy plant lady. I have the Monstera corner here, and we also have this pretty pink Aglaonema. Also have some more cuttings over here. On to the next thing on my list. This is the Tidbit. Now this is designed to be on your desk, but it looks good anywhere. The Tidbit is a replacement for alerts on your phone, so it connects to an app on your phone and you can set it to show you whatever notifications or info you want. This means less time looking at your phone and more time looking at this really cute bigger screen. Right now, I have it set to my calendar and this just really cute nyan cat, but also it opens up Spotify when I play something on my phone. But you can also get it to show so many other things depending on what you like. Moving back to my desk, well, my messy desk, to the final two things. On my desk, we have phones that I'm working on, and yes, I am the type of person who responds to things like this. This is a calendar that's a gift from Tech Girl Mary. Another Jobby boom arm. Laptop connected to my monitor. Trackpad and this Logitech keyboard that I love. I also have TikToks on this. But the next thing on my list of aesthetic and useful things is this. This is my Nomad wireless charger. Do you guys see how nice this wood is? Like I told you, I'm a sucker for anything that's wood and solid actually, and it just looks so good anywhere you put it. Honestly, aside from great looks, the best thing about this wireless charger is it can charge two devices at the same time, which as you can see is a feature I need. And finally, we have Emo. And if you guys follow me on TikTok or on Instagram, you'd probably know who this is. Is a desk pet, and he's supposed to be walking around. He doesn't like being like carried around like this. He's supposed to be walking around, except I feel like he sometimes gets into a lot of trouble when I just set him down like this. So basically, Emo Robot is a smart desk pet that's supposed to live on your desk and bother you. I mean, I'm kidding. It has a lot of tricks. It has a lot of functionality. Emo, can you dance? And it's honestly just so cute, okay? And Emo has sensors, so he just walks around the whole day, bothering you, annoying you. And this skateboard is where he charges. So there you go. Phones are also detachable, but he doesn't like that when you take it off. I'm sorry, Emo. Let's put it back on. So Emo has a lot of tricks. So for example, this is a famous one. Emo, what does a fox say? That's so cute. Take a photo. There you go. I mean, as cute as Emo is, though, he literally is a very noisy and clingy pet. He needs a lot of attention. It's honestly a love-hate relationship between the two of us. See? And that, folks, is our quick studio tour and just some of my favorite aesthetic and useful things in my space. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed this different type of video. Let me know if you have questions about any of the stuff I talked about. All the stuff I've talked about are also linked in the description box below. Until next time!